Oh, sorry. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So my question to all of you is JavaScript an object-oriented programming language? It is an object-oriented programming language?
It is. You can use.
No, is it an object-oriented programming language or not?
Yes. Yes.
No, guys, it's not. We don't have class in JavaScript. How do you create an object in object-oriented programming language? You create an object using class.
Yes.
We don't have class in JavaScript. But still, it follows all the principles of object-oriented programming language like encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. How? Because here the functions they become class. So there is something called as functional programming, right? JavaScript is not complete functional programming, but yes, it is almost 60-70% functional programming language. Everything what you do in JavaScript, you deal with functions. Functions are objects. Functions are class. So the difference, I'll just give you a small example of functional programming. Just I'll write the function, guys. So say suppose I have a function called as name, and here what I do is on the top I declare f name as Ankit, and here I pass L name, and here I write console.log f name plus L name. Right, so whatever when I'll call this function call as name and I'll pass Prakash, so it will print Ankit Prakash. Now Ankit is coming from a variable, okay, and Prakash is coming from a function. So what does a functional programming concept tells you is everything should be function. Even the FNM should also come from the function itself. Got it? So how do you modify your logic and put the same whatever is the output and whatever you're doing as a function? So what you do is you write function, anything sample f name comma L name and write console dot log f name plus L name. Now this becomes one function where my fname and lnames are passed and it is dynamic. Users at the time of runtime they write sample Zenrays technologies. Agreed? If you do that, then you see Zenrays technologies as an output. You write sample Mridul. What's your last name, Mridul?
Bora. B-O-R-H.
You see the output as Mridul Bora. Got it? So our complete world or complete technology is moving towards functional programmings because functions are class, they are an object. We'll see all these things in the following classes. This was just to give you a brief introduction. So JavaScript also follows the same approach. Now here I am passing a variable. Tomorrow when you are learning something like if you know that how do we yeah, please.
In the Zenrays technologies, the last name you have put, yeah, that it will work.
That was a typo. Yeah, that's a typo mistake. This thing.
But if you put double quote on front and the single.
No, that was a typo mistake.
But it will work or not? That's what I'm.
It will not work. Either it should be like this.
Yeah, it should be same in both.
That was a typo mistake, guys. Okay, so yeah, so what I was trying to tell you is in JavaScript we also have functions like this sample where you pass some other functions. Say suppose this is one function for me, function fname, okay, and what I write function lname. It will accept fname, any variable name, it will do something inside it, right? Now in JavaScript you also write such functions where you are passing the names of functions like f name and l name. Now these are called asynchronous functions. Got it? Where your functions becomes an argument of one function. That is one way of doing it. Even to make it more, giving it a look and feel of a more functional programming, what I can do is, I can bring this guys from here to here. Got it? Do it. Now this behaves like, I write it here, console.log, my f name is Ankit. Got it? Clear? And I just bring because these are the functions. Now it looks like a function, right? Function fl name, that is what I was writing here, right? F name. Clear? That is what I was writing. Small.raw. Don't need to write all these things, just see. This is what I was writing here, right? The same thing I wrote it here. Now the same thing from here to here I can bring it down and I can make it here. Clear? So now this is how my function will look, which means I don't need these two functions now. Everything is handled inside a function. Now these are called asynchronous functions. So what it tells is, when you are calling sample function, it will first of all execute fname function, and if fname function here, in spite of console.log, I write select, I'm writing some database query, select star from any table name, like suppose user details, and this user detail table has billions of record. Obviously it will take time to retrieve it. So in that case what will happen is, it will fire this query, automatically it will go to this line and will execute first console.log Ankit, and the moment when it returns these values, then again these values will be printed. That's the reason it's called asynchronous. It's not following the sequence. It will be executed in the sequence, but if one line is taking a lot of time, it will not wait for that line to execute, okay, which means your program will be fast. That's the reason people use JavaScript, because of this behavior. This is not a very unique technology. This technology was introduced in Ajax by Microsoft. In Ajax you do the same thing, asynchronous JavaScript. We'll see that Ajax also. It's a part of your JavaScript program only, where you do the same asynchronous call, where you write if the status is success. If it's a success, then you get all those things what you want in the success. If it's a failure, then alert the user with this particular error message. That's what you write in Ajax. Okay, having said that, now let's start JavaScript. So JavaScript, what it does is it adds the dynamic behavior to your applications. By dynamic, you would have seen, right, how dynamic these guys became. Got it? Fname, lname, what we saw when we were passing it as an argument, your function was dynamic. At the runtime, people enter the any values. Those values might come from form also. To give you a better example, if you guys have used Facebook, so there you have what? You have login ID and password. What you enter? You enter your credentials, right? And the moment you click on the login page, what you see? You see a home page, which is your timeline. Towards your, right, left hand side, you see your profile details. Okay, in center you see the wall, and towards your right you see the news section and the chat box. Now the template is designed by an HTML, and this template, you know what, it's coming from database. The template is coming from database. Template is something, is just the structure, it's not the complete code. Now what this JavaScript is doing is, since it's dynamic, based on the input what you have given in the login form, it is extracting the values from database. Whatever values it is getting in JSON format, it's pushing it to the desired template locations. That is the reason when you keep on scrolling, you see the contents keeps on adding. The wall keeps on growing. That is called infinite scrollable. And do you think that is it HTML what you have written? No. You don't write. How will you write in infinite HTML? It's a template. And that template, the values are getting added using JavaScript and the values are coming in form of JSON. JSON also we'll see guys. What is JSON? So there are two ways in which you transport the data. One is your JSON, which is JavaScript object notation. Second thing is XML. So prior to I think 2 3 years or 4 years back, people used to use XML to transport data. Transport data, which means what? From the client to the server, from the server to the client. XML was used. The disadvantage of using XML and the advantage of using JSON is, how many of you know how to write XML? How many of you know have you ever seen XML codes? So XML is very similar to your HTML. The difference is in HTML you have a predefined tags which is defined by W3, World Wide Web Consortium. In XML, user can define their own tags. Tomorrow I would like to have a e-commerce application where I'll be selling shirts, right? And I want to have the information of my users. So what are the informations I need? I need their name, right? So one tag I'll define as name and I'll close this tag also. This is just an example guys, just to brief you about how technology works at what level. Can you just open that door? Come. Just now. Just now. So name you'll give, then what you'll give is, you'll give gender, then size, color. Definitely not color during registration, you don't want people's color. Size is one thing, and what else you require? Phone number. Phone number, then you require email ID. Now do you think that this gives you a sense? No, because these don't have the values inside it. Now I go register myself, I write Ankit, then I write male, I give a size as medium, I give it as a, guys, can you just give me 1 minute? Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, HTTP makes in JavaScript. This is basically a placement you can. No, but like yeah, do support. After you complete the project. They told us to do project. They have to do project. That will be a better thing than hands-on. No, yeah, you become JavaScript. And so who you PHP also they. They're taking a web development package. So PHP plus R. So you have done web development before? Yeah. How long? I passed out my MCA in October. Okay, from then. Since BCA and doing. So yes.
Okay, so now this is what is called some data. These are the data which are relevant to me, right? Now I am only worried as a developer in these datas, the data which I am writing it right now. Now these data is gonna come from the form which I'll be giving to the users, the UI, right? These are unnecessary things for me. Now obviously when these are unnecessary, but at the programming level this will consume some memory. If I save this file, it will be of certain KB. right? Since it's like just 8 lines, so I can, if you see the chunks of data, the huge data what is generated these days, unnecessary wastage of memory, right? And again, this XML, okay, if you guys know about this, when you load your HTML page, all the tags which means the one which is inside your angular brackets, this is one tag, this is one tag, everything gets converted into an object, and that is the reason we call it as document object model in JavaScript. You'll see this, we'll cover this document object model. There's something called as document object model, which is called your DOM. Now how this DOM is formulated: when you load your HTML, each and every tag gets converted into an object, and then this JavaScript comes and it takes that object, whatever is the value property associated with, it's play around and it manipulates the DOM. That is what is JavaScript does. The same thing happens in the XML. When you load this XML, when you send this XML to your browser with the chunks of data, say suppose when I requested for a Samsung mobile phone on Flipkart, the database will send me this XML format data, okay, and these data will again be passed, converted to an object, and then the JavaScript will read it, because your browser only understands JavaScript. They don't understand anything. They also don't understand HTML, to be very honest. They only understand JavaScript.
So when I enter a data on the form, it then gets converted into XML.
Yeah, what happens is a template like this would be built at the back end, okay, and there will be code written in the back end, that whatever the value you are entering in the form will go and sit inside these things, and this template along with the value will go and sit in the database. Before it goes and sit in the database where you have written the query that insert into this table this values, again you will filter these values, because you don't want to push complete thing. You don't, my database should have only Ankit. It should not have name, Ankit, closing name. It should not have that. You only need to have the values.
So only after the submission, right?
Yes. Everything happens only after submission, and who does is JavaScript. Okay. So this is what generally happens. So it's unnecessary consumption of memory. So people came up with a format called as JSON, which is called JavaScript Object Notation. Here you don't write all these tags and all. JavaScript Object Notation. Here you don't write tags and all. Here you write objects. You define objects, and those objects will have values in a hash table called key and value. You guys have seen key and value, how your key value looks. Okay, and every value is accessed using key. If I have to access Ankit, I have to access name. Name is my key. Value is Ankit. Ankit can be replaced with Jyoti. It can be replaced with, Terence. It can be replaced with Mridul. But the key will always remain same. So that is how people access your JSON data using keys. And we'll see that how do we do it in JavaScript. Now this JSON is universally coded, and it's universally developers use in all the programming language. Now what happens if from the backend the code is coming in JSON, which is your JavaScript object notation, and you're using PHP or Python, right? Then how does your PHP Python understands it? Now there is a functions called JSON.parse, JSON.encode, JSON.eval, where you're evaluating your JSON data, you're parsing your JSON data. These are the inbuilt functions for their particular programming languages. So that now see there is a similarity. The idea is simple, like if all of us has to communicate, we should know one common language, right? If our president goes, a prime minister goes to China and starts giving a speech in Chinese, English, Chinese they don't understand, they need a translator. So it takes time, right? He talks for 10 seconds, translation happens for 10 seconds, then people understands it. The same way it was happening before. Code was coming in PHP, browser doesn't understand PHP. It has to first transform it into JSON object, which will be understood by your browser. Now if you use the JSON, the advantage is you're giving JSON. Now if all of us understand English, it's easy for me to communicate with you. The moment I talk, the same instance you also understand. The moment they send the data, the same instance they understand. That is the reason they use JSON. Now again, as I mentioned that whatever backend language you use, PHP, Python, Perl, Ruby, now this again becomes a constraint for people, because in the front end you have JavaScript, data are getting transported in JSON format, But still in the backend language, when you're sending a data to the database, the backend is the one who connects with the database. Those languages are not JavaScript. Those are PHP, Python. Again, it will take some transition time. That is the reason you see that when you send in a request, it takes some seconds to load the pages. The same thing is not happening in Google search. In Google search, when you search something, automatically you see the data are getting binded because both the languages are front end and back end are JavaScript. I can show you in, if you search Google anything, see, look at here. This is what is reload, right? I'll write something, see. Can you see that? All these values came from the server and the page will not get reloaded. JSON. See, it's dynamic. See, can you see the output? Now this is done using Ajax, again a technology which is used in JavaScript. So everything is Java. So if you have to, because see there is a request response happening, but it's very fast that you are not able to see that. The same language. The moment I speak, the moment you capture it. It's like that. So JavaScript is, to be very honest, I was just going through a couple of research papers and seeing the videos. JavaScript is the second most popular language, which is going to be in 2017. Which means first one is C sharp. It's like little bit surprising, but it's C sharp. C sharp because they have made it open source. Satya Nadella has made it open source, and they have brought Xamarin and all. That is the second language. The third language is AngularJS. The fourth one is Python.
Oh, Python.
Is the fourth one.
So instead of PHP, can you use Python?
We can discuss about that later. Okay. Anyway, so Python is the fourth popular language. JavaScript is the second popular language. Okay, and
So Python and PHP will always be used in the backend.
yes, it will always be used in the backend. Now JavaScript also used in the backend.
Query or retrieve or populate.
Whatever business logic you write, it is in the backend only. Like when you click on the login, the data which is going is through JavaScript, but in the backend there's a PHP which will be connecting with the database validation and all server side validation and getting the required data. I should see my data. I should not see your data when I load my timeline, right? I should see the notification which is for me. It should not be for you. So all this validation happens. Suppose tomorrow if there is some bug in the application and if I log into my and I start seeing your notification, there should be some validation done before it renders in the browser. That validation, the business logic, the code logic is written in the backend. So you use Java, PHP, Python, C Sharp, Perl to write all those things. By the way, what is the full form of PHP?
Hypertext process.
What is the first name?
Personal homepage.
Personal homepage. PHP was used to design personal home pages. Later it became popular and it was used in application development. So you can like our Facebook page also where we keep on posting such stuffs. You can read about it. Yeah. So guys, now let's start JavaScript. So as I told that your browser only understands JavaScript. So browser itself has a engine interpreter which will interpret the JavaScript language. So JavaScript is an interpreted language. It's not a compiled language. Difference between an interpreted and compiled languages. Compiled languages, what happens is if you have written a code which is 100 lines, it will execute all the 100 lines first, and at the end it will throw you the errors, like line number 2 has an error, 3 has an error, 4 has an error, right? That's what is Java or C sharp. Got it? Interpreted languages, like you've written 100 lines of code and if your line number 2 has an error, the moment it executes line number 2, it will throw you an error and it will not execute the remaining thing. Got it? So it saves time. That is the advantage of interpreted language. Now JavaScript is also a runtime language. What do you mean by runtime? Is like everything is decided during the runtime. And also one thing, I don't know whether you guys know about this or not, JavaScript, the return types are runtime. The return types are runtime because, okay, how many of you have a previous programming background, Java, C, C++, anyone? No. You guys would have heard, right? If you write a function which is which is calculating the sum of two numbers, it will only return you integer values. That all things you write in your program. How do you write in Java is simple. You write function sum, okay, pass two values int a and int b. Yeah, and here you do the calculations like int c is equal to a plus b, and you write return c. You know that c will always be a number, right? Which means you know the return type of a function. In JavaScript it's not like that, it's dynamic. You can change the return type anytime. Let's go back to the first example what we saw. Function name fname lname, got it? And I write console.log. I'll write chalo lname. Tell me what is the type, what is the return type?
String.
I can make it number also. I'll pass 2 and 3. Who told that fname should only be have a string value? Did I mention anywhere? No. So that's the reason, it's a language which whose return type is dynamic. That's the huge advantage of JavaScript. Got it? So anyone can go and change the values and change the return type, which is not feasible in other programming language. I think only in Python you can do that. In Python also you can do the same thing. Okay. So JavaScript is used to add dynamic effects to the web pages. What do I mean by dynamic effects? The term what I talked. This is called document object model. Don't forget this term, guys. It will be, used forever in your, whenever you are working in web application. DOM. Even in AngularJS, whatever you do, it's just play around with the DOM only. So it add dynamic behavior to your web pages. Like, in the Facebook, when you load your page and when you see the timeline, you see, right, today you have 15 notification, tomorrow you'll have 0 or you'll have 5 notification, which means what? Some additional value has changed again. The template remains the same. Notification is always towards the right for you, for me, for everyone. What changes the value? Now your photo has, say suppose 100 likes, and tomorrow your friend likes it, and you see that the like has increased to 101. That again, that number is dynamic. It's a part of your DOM only. That value is changing, which means who does it? It's done through JavaScript only. Got it? It's initiated through JavaScript. So now what is JavaScript? JavaScript is originally created by Netscape as a mean to add light programming language. Now can anyone just tell me what is light programming language?
Less CPU
Add certain logic at the front end.
No,
less
logic.
sentence.
Huh?
You don't need a plugin.
Plugin, when you write JavaScript, you don't need plugin.
So it's like
Less
Which takes very less time.
server.
Less time, why? That is true. Light means less time, yeah.
Because calculations can happen from connecting to the server.
No, that's not the logic. Because here we don't have the data types. Right. Second thing is interpreted runtime environment. Everything is determined dynamic. Nothing is pre-planned. Nothing will, it has to run on some engine and convert the code into the byte code, then convert in an object. All those things never happens here. Everything happens on the fly, and it's dynamic. We'll see this light programming languages. What does this line means, and how do we use it in our programming, interface? And it is generally used initially when it was invented. It was only used for web browsers, where which means the client side language. Now JavaScript has also gone to server side, which is your Node.js. Okay, so JavaScript soon gained popularity, reason because it was very fast, the response was quick, and every browser started adopting to it. Before this JavaScript, what was the technology which people used to use to do all these things? It was Flash. The disadvantage with the Flash was it used to take time to load. It used to do the similar stuff, but it used to take time to load. Will you wait for, will you use a website which will take, a minute to load? No, you'll close it. Right.
Plus, you
Everybody
need one
wants.
plugin for that.
Huh?
You need one the plugin is there to load the
Hello?
file.
Hello? Perfect. So the main feature of JavaScript is to ability to interact with HTML via DOM, application programming interface to interact with HTML. Now what is this application programming interface? What does this API, there's a word called as API. You'll again hear all these things. The plugins and all what you say, they are all APIs. It is application. See, name itself will tell you everything. Application programming interface. Tell me.
We are just using the name or something, and we are not bothered about the inbuilt functionality.
Name on what? Name of what?
Name of
They're similar to the answer, like very close to it.
which is something which can use the inbuilt function.
We are just using the functionality of the code and not the exact.
For example, from Google, right, just using Google Maps API.
Exactly. Google Map is one one product. Okay. Now Google will give you an a programming interface which I can use in my application. That's what you do, right? Whenever every website has the locator section where they include Google Map. They don't code all these things. They just take that API from Google and just include it in their home page. That's all. Which means my application can use your programming interface. That's called API. Now that is well done using JavaScript. Okay.
When you say we are using the API, it means like what exactly are we using?
See what happens is that as a say suppose as a product map, Google Map, right? So they'll give me the end product and they'll also give me some keys and all. Okay, you have seen this, right? Single sign-on where you sign in using Facebook and Google. You see the buttons, right, on the registration page. You don't have to give all the information. Click on Facebook and Google. Sign in using Facebook and Google. You have seen, right? Sorry.
When I forget the password or something, then there is an alternative.
I'll show you what
While
exactly
doing
I am.
registration that time.
See, I just can you see this? Now this is what continue with Google because they know that most of the users have an account on Google. If not account on Google, they'll have account on Facebook. Now, or if I want to sign up, like I don't have account on Facebook and Google, then again obviously I have to sign up. Now, if I click on this continue with email, I see the form. Now, what is this form? Wait. Is there any sign up button? Continue with email. Yes, I see this. First name, last name, email, password. Matlab Quora only needs these four informations for me to create an account. Now the same information when I click on Google, this is a programming interface provided by Google, and when I click on it, Google will give Quora these informations because Google also had this information: first name, last name. They have my email ID and the password. The same password in the encrypted form will be shared with Quora, and Quora will store it, and they'll again have one user enrolled in their platform. This is what is called application programming interface. So what these guys will do is Google or Facebook, they'll give you an API with a token number, right? Because this is again one API provided by Google. There will be another websites, Canva. Here also they'll ask you to sign up with Google, right? But they should not collide, right? If I sign in Quora with my Google account, I can sign in Canva with another Google account of mine, which means there should be a different token numbers which has to be given. I just log out from my this. So see here also you see sign up with Facebook and sign up with Google. It will again work the same way. The difference is these guys will every time whenever a new user, new company or new website request for this authentication, they'll assign one token to it that okay, this is the token what I'm giving you. Okay, and in that token they'll expose some functions where they'll be passing 4 parameters like first name, last name, and email and password. Like Quora is telling that okay, I only need 4 parameters. I don't need anything. These are the 4 parameters my user should pass, and your function should retrieve those parameters and give it to me. I'll push it in my database. This is what is called API. You're using their programming interface in your application to make your job easier. Got it?
So then those particular like Gmail, Google and all will expose that.
They'll only expose their API. They'll not expose the code behind it. Whatever is
So
going.
API is what?
It's a programming interface.
It's a link.
It's not a link. It's a programming interface. What do you mean by interface? A UI. Got it? This is a UI. Button is a UI, right?
And what is
At the behind, what is happening is I click on this. My Gmail account gets linked with my Quora account. Now this linking is written behind the logic. That's what is programming. That's written behind what is happening, which is never exposed to Quora, which is never exposed to individual because it belongs to Google. Got it? You understood? Google is not exposing the logic that how I am providing you the information from where I am providing you the information. Tomorrow any developer will go and change some code in the API interface, and if I click on connect with Google, I can connect with some other account also. Yeah.
Yeah, it might happen. And then what are Swagger?
Swagger, what is that? I don't know. I have never used it.
The world's most popular framework for APIs.
Never used it. Okay.
Maybe also start using it.
Anyways, guys,
I've been listening to this API for long and I actually don't know what it is and what it does.
Okay. Now you understood what does an API mean?
I know.
Yeah, you can.
So then there are dedicated people who develop APIs.
Every company develops their API, which feels that how did this subscription button works? When you subscribe to any of the news channels, you see all the newsletters coming to your email. How does this work? It's an API, which they expose, and you just click on it. Got it? In most of the blogs you see like us on the Facebook, like us on the Twitter. How does it work? It's again an API which they Twitter and they expose. You click on their like, the same like will go to their homepage, and you see the increase in the count. Got it? Anyways, guys, so coming back to the JavaScript. So the first thing is, how do you declare a variable in JavaScript? It's a lightweight programming language, which means we don't have data types in JavaScript. Then how do you handle the data types, or how do you handle the values of variables? How do you handle the values, what you are assigning? How does you determine that, okay, this is number, this is string, this is decimal, this is float, and all these things? How do you do it? So to test that, we can write JavaScript in our Sublime text also, but for today's sessions, we'll write in console. Now console is a developer tool. Developer in the sense like Google Chrome, as I mentioned, they have an interpreted engine running behind for JavaScript. Can anyone tell me what is the name of that engine? The JavaScript engine which is running in Google Chrome. Why Google Chrome is preferred, amongst other browsers? Why? Why don't you always Google on internet? Why do you always Internet Explorer? Why don't you use Mozilla Firefox? Why you only use Google Chrome?
Because it is Google's proprietary.
So what? Mozilla is also Google. See, if you see Mozilla, open Mozilla, the homepage what you see, the homepage you see is the Google search bar is the homepage because Google and Mozilla work together. Okay, why don't you use Bing? What is wrong in I?
I seem to know.
Exactly, that's the answer because everybody has a JavaScript engine running in them. That is the reason they are able to identify JavaScript code. But these engines are designed in C and C++. Now again, it's a part of optimization. Everybody wants speed. Google search is one functionality. Google browser is another application. Google browser is able to do the search quickly on the Google search or Yahoo search or Bing search. The reason because it's able to interpret the words or the language or the whatever is the request response happening. It's very quick. And the reason why it's quick is because of the engine which is running behind that. That's called V8 engine. That engine is called V8 and the same engine is used in Node.js, which is the JavaScript at the server side. The same engine is used in Node.js, which interprets the JavaScript language. That is the reason if you develop any application end to end using JavaScript, it will be blazing fast. You'll not even see, a fraction of a second will not even, you'll not see that page is getting reloaded. Our forum, there's a server issue right now. We are migrating our server. Our forum is down. This is a link to our forum, ask.zenrays.com. It will be up by today or tomorrow. It is developed end to end using JavaScript. Front-end JavaScript, back-end Node.js, database is MongoDB, and the engine is Nginx, which again Google search uses that Nginx technology. It's down, I guess. Yeah, it's down.
Before it was in which language?
Huh?
You said now it's completely JavaScript, right? Before what was the backend?
No, we started from the same technology only. Because generally what happens in forum, people post their request, okay, and they should not, they should not be in delay. It handles a huge amount of data. It's like input output operations. What we do, you give input, somebody gives you the output. That's what the forum is, meant for, and it should be very fast. It should not take time to load and all. The moment you write ask.genders.com, you should see all the data, all the questions and all. If it takes time to load, definitely nobody will come and stick to the forum. If you post your queries, if it takes time to post, you will not never use it. So I think I know you can try this for this link. I think tomorrow or day after tomorrow, and you can see this page will not get reloaded. You will not see that. Even the URLs will keep on changing, but the page will not get reloaded. We are just migrating it from one server to different servers, so that's the reason it's down today. Okay, so anyway guys, yeah. Yeah, so how do you write JavaScript in your browser? What you have to do is right click, go to inspect element, and you see this tool which is coming in your browser. This is called developers tool, Google Chrome developers tool. Quickly guys, go to this. Here you have a console. Console itself is an object where you see all the outputs. It's an interpreted language, so you see all the outputs in your console. I want all of you to write it down. Now let's see. Now guys, how do you declare a variable in JavaScript using a keyword called as var? We don't have data types in JavaScript like, int, string, float. We don't have anything like decimal. We don't have, but still it supports each and every concept. How do we do it? We declare a variable. Say suppose I need to have a variable name as abc. I write var. Var is a keyword which tells that I am declaring a variable, and I write var abc is equal to. Now what I write after equal to signifies the type of that variable. If I write, Zenrays, abc becomes a string. If I write 1, abc becomes number. If I write 1.10, abc again becomes number, because decimals, float, long, character, all these things doesn't exist in JavaScript. Everything is number or string. 10 dot 1 dot, oh no, 1.10 is again a number. 1.1528 jitna bhi aap likh lo, it's again a number. If I write true, it becomes boolean. Now if I write like this, it becomes array. Now if I do like this, it becomes object. My variables keeps on changing its type on the runtime based on the value what I assign. So let's write, first of all, let's see how do you write string. Write Zenrays and write, how do you check the type of a variable in JavaScript using a keyword called as type of. As I told that console is an object. So console is an object. Dot log is a function associated with that object. In the function, you'll pass one parameter called as type of, and you want to check the type of which variable? abc. It will give me string. Now I go and I change the value of abc. Guys, look at my screen first. I'll give you guys time to write it down also, don't worry. Now I go and change the value of abc to 2, and I write console.log type of abc. Now the value of abc will change to number. It's a runtime. String gone because you replaced it with number. Got it? Even if I write abc, I'll see 2 as an output. I'll not see Zenrays because it has got overwritten. That's it. That is all of things are happening at the runtime. Now I write ABC is equal to true, which itself is boolean, and I check. See, I check console.log console.log type of ABC. I'll see boolean. Alright, ABC is equal to this, which is object. I write console.log type of ABC object. Then again I make it as an array, and I write time console.log type of ABC. What will I see?
Object. No, it did not change it.
I didn't execute it only. No, it will come as an object because array is a special form of an object. Got it? I'll tell you why it comes an object when we saw the array concept. Okay? Now there is a trick in writing in console, guys. If you have to execute, press enter. If you have to write multiple lines, press shift enter and go to the multiple lines. Can you guys quickly write it down and check all the types of this?
Semicolon is not mandatory.
It's not mandatory, but it's a standard practice to put it. In JavaScript, semicolon is not mandatory, guys, but it's a standard practice to put it. Guys, don't miss any classes, okay? Done, guys? Everybody is done?
Yes.
Perfect.
So, Ankit, but if we type in console, we cannot save it, right? The code.
No, you cannot. It's again runtime. It's only on this, as long as your window object is open, it will only work here. If I open a new tab and write in console, I cannot see all these values. Got it? It's local to this window object. We'll see all these things. What is window object? What is console object? Down the classes when we learn BOM, browser object model. Okay. Now, so this is how you write the variables, right? Now, if I ask you guys, if I ask you, okay, yeah, Now if I ask you to print your name using JavaScript, can you do it? Declare two variables, okay, like f name and l name, give it a hardcode value, everyone give your own values, okay, and write console.log and print it. Can you guys do it in the console itself? You understood what exactly you have to do, Mridul? No. So I'll just do it for you guys. I want you guys to declare two variables called as fname, say suppose Ankit, lname.
Yes, now.
Now console.log
Fname plus lname.
fname plus lname. Got it? Can you just do it quickly? Done? Everyone? Guys, tomorrow also we'll have the same timing for Angular and JavaScript, okay?
Why is it giving me uncaught exception?
Because you are doing some mistake. When you get uncaught exception in your console, which means you do some mistake. Can you just show me? Okay, clear this console. Okay, wait in the console. Wait. Definitely. No, that's okay. Now execute it, press enter.
It was farming, not F-name.
There's a not typo error, yeah, exactly. Anyways, guys, this is done. Now I want you guys to accept these values from the users. How do you do it?
It's a function.
Huh? Without function, and using an inbuilt function. If I want the same fname and lname what you have hard coded, I want you to accept it using interface, a kind of form. How will you do it? No, there's an inbuilt function called as prompt. I write let's see this code. I call prompt. This is an inbuilt function in JavaScript, and this function, okay, you have to give the user some message. Okay, enter your first name. Whatever you enter here will be treated as a string. Remember that. See, got it? Right, var lname is equal to prompt, enter your last name, and all these values whatever the user is entering I am storing in variables, okay, and then I write console.log first name is fname plus, give it again some, what does this mean is I'm giving a space between two strings, okay, and last name is name. Execute it, I get an output Ankit. Okay, sorry, so wait, here I have to just copy this guy. This has to be one execution. I go here, first name is Ankit, second name is Prakash. I see my first name is Ankit and the last name is Prakash. You can even go, in that case, even if you want an alert message, go and change this console.log to alert and see what is happening. Sorry. Right, Ankit, Prakash. My first name is Ankit and last name is Prakash. So which means it becomes dynamic. Even I can go, okay, and I can write 12, 13 and see output. What is the type of 12 and 13? Number. But it's number. But then when you're using in a prompt function, it automatically becomes string. Because prompt, whatever you write, it converts everything to string. Can you guys quickly write this down?
Even if it takes a number as a string, you don't need to do the parsing number.
In prompt, it automatically takes care of it. In the function, it's already done all this parsing and all. But if you want to do it on your own, I'll tell you what is the function which you have to use.
Instead of console, we have to write dollar.
Yeah, so that you can see that pop-up message.
This class I have done already,
I know.
but still, again,
Don't miss any further classes in this batch, okay?
this will go on JavaScript,
Yes. Same timings.
same timing here.
Yeah.
Today no more classes, right?
No.
After this,
No.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow same timings, 9 to this, 9:30 to this. 9 to 2 basically. Generally we should start on time, like we were late by half an hour. Done? Okay, guys, if that is done, now let's see couple of interesting data types in JavaScript. If you guys have done this, then what if I declare a variable ABC? Okay, no, I'll just do one thing. I'll go write it in new tab. Guys, everybody open a new tab and new console where ABC is equal to
For me, this
2.
prompt is not defined.
Can you show me your code? So PROMPT, where ABC is equal to 2, and I write where XYZ is equal to true, and where sum is equal to ABC plus what will be the output? What will the output, guys?
2 and
22.
2.
Why?
one is string and one is number.
So
That will get appended.
yes, the number will get converted to your string and the output will be 22. Okay, console.log, sorry. I write sum 22. Now if I go and make this guy as true, now what will be the output?
No, there is 0, 1 and
Undefined.
2. 1 and that was 20.
Not a number.
21.
2, it put 2 is gone, so it should be 3.
True means 1, yeah. 2 plus 1, 3.
3.
It will be 3.
3.
No, it will be 3. I'll just do one thing. I'll write sum. It will be 3. The reason because true is 1, false is 0. It will automatically convert the boolean to number value because see here the type is number, agreed, here the type will be boolean. When it comes to line numbers here, it will take number plus boolean. We cannot add it. So what will say whether this boolean can be automatically converted to number or not. Yes, it can be converted. True is 1, so it will write 2 plus 1, which is your 3, and the type of sum becomes number. Here in this case, here it says 2 as a number and 2 as a string. It will say that string cannot be converted to number. But yes, number can be converted to string. So it will automatically convert this guy to string and the type of this sum will become string. Clear? Now, how about this? Where x true, and I write
column. Syntax.
Yeah, I'll just make it. So I said
2, 1, 2.
Yeah.
and I write some
11.
No. 1 and 2.
That is true.
The string 2 is 1, 2, sorry.
No.
tell me
This true cannot be converted.
True cannot be converted to string.
what will be the output. I want the output
1, 2,
2, sir.
2.
Not a number.
Except error.
Sorry. Yeah.
It will be true because it will automatically convert this boolean to string. So the precedence order is top is string followed by number followed by boolean followed by boolean. Got it? Which means if I'm trying to add a string and a number will get converted to string and it will give me a string. String always concatenation happens. That's the reason you are seeing 2 2. If I'm trying to add boolean and number, boolean will get converted to number and the addition will happen. If I'm trying to add boolean and a string, boolean will get converted to string, addition will happen. So that's the reason you're seeing true true. Got it?
So string is always on top.
As of now it's on top, but there are other things on top of string also. We'll see that. So can you guys quickly practice this? Done guys? Everyone? Working for everyone?
Yes.
Good. Now guys we'll see how do we define an array. How do you define an array in JavaScript? Where array, any name of the variable is equal to, this is how define the array. Now why array, if I check the type of array, if I write type of array, why it's coming as object, The reason because array itself is a special type of object. If I have to validate whether the what it was this guy is an array or not, there's a function called as is array, and this guy will return true if the variable passed is an array. It will return with false if the variable passed is not an array. What happened? Wait. Some syntax error, I guess. Okay, array dot is array. Sorry. So you have to call the parent class array. They are the inbuilt classes in JavaScript. You don't create any class. These classes will be created using functions which you will learn in advanced JavaScript. Is array. What is the name of the variable? Array. This will return me true, which means ARR was an array. You want to test it? I write where A is equal to 2. Sorry, 2. This is not an array. And I write A. This will return me false. This is how you check whether a variable is an array or not. Remember that. This. Okay. Okay. So how to declare an array is ar. Now these arrays can. Okay. How to declare array in Java or C++ or wherever it is, right? Var. No, so not var. Int ARR is equal to, right, 10 comma 20 comma 30. If you write here a, it will throw an error during the runtime that array is an integer array and you are giving a string value. It is not there in JavaScript. You can write an array like this with this will work because it's a runtime environment. Everything is acceptable in this. Now, how do you now once this array is defined, how if I want to push any new values to array, how do I do it? I use a function called as array dot push. What exactly I want to push? I want to push some new values.
At position, we don't have to give.
It will automatically add it to the end.
Okay.
See, if I see array and if I write array dot pop,
First value will pop then.
last value it will pop out. Oh sorry, it's a function. So I have to use a function. Zenrays will pop out. Now if I see array, can you see this? Now if I write array dot length, it will give me the length of the array. Can you guys quickly write all this down? Is that JavaScript? Yeah. I'll get my charger ways.
Square bracket. So that
Variable.
See, I am adding this 2, okay. So while executing that time, it's giving me 5. That means the length of the
Where?
message
Which
is
which?
here.
Sorry. What you're doing?
No, I'm pushing two array here. First I have popped out one, but here by mistake I have first one value in that pop.
That will not work.
Yeah, that one is not working at all. This queue is simply removed.
Right? ARR.
Yeah, AR push Q and hello together I have pushed. Okay. So while executing, it's giving the length of the array.
No, it will not give.
Specifically pop any.
Don't worry. Right? ARR dot length. Sorry.
Can I specifically pop something?
Yes, definitely you can do that. We'll see that.
Yeah, array dot length also giving me 5, and array dot push also giving.
Array dot push will not give you anything. Clear your console and try to write it down. Clear your console. Right? Array dot push.
See, I became 6. That's why
Okay. Open it in a new console. Okay, it's a runtime environment. That is it's giving. It's a runtime environment. That is it's giving. In your code, it will not return anything. When you write in your Sublime text in your program, it will not return anything.
Okay.
It's a runtime environment. That is no. It's giving you a message that okay, 6 elements are present right now because you pushed right new elements. Got it? Guys, I'll just get my charger. So guys, this is an array. Now since it's a special type of object, if I want to have everything as a string, how will I do it? Alright, array dot to string. Call this function, execute it. Everything become as a string. Can you see that? Oh sorry.
Can you tell me how can we pop a particular value?
Yes, I'll tell you.
Array to string.
I converted the complete array to a string now. Now I check where b is equal to array to string.
It will convert in it.
That's what it did, right? Now if I write b, see, if I check type of b string, can you saw that? Now, guys, everyone did it? Guys, I believe that you are saving your codes.
How do we save here?
Copy paste in your Sublime text and save it.
We don't.
Come on, guys. Are you not saving your code? Okay, I'll share the videos, write it once again and save these codes, okay? Because you might forget when you go back home. Right. I was writing a Sublime text because it's easy for me to show you the results. No issues, I'll share the videos, go back home, see all the videos, write it code and save it in, at least make a text file where you can save all these things, right? So tomorrow if we have to brush up the concept, we can brush it up.
what you did here, I didn't answer.
Okay, I'll tell you it once again. Where a is equal to, I define certain array. Okay? Array defined, right? Now it's an array, it's not a string, right? If I want to take 10, how will I take it? A of 0.
Yes.
Right. Now, tomorrow my application needs that, okay, arrays I got it, now I want the complete array to be a string. So I write a dot to string. All the array got converted to a string. Now I write, okay, sorry.
So
I
it's
just
a single line.
I just stored in some variable these values. Now this guy become, if I do b of 0, it will give me undefined. It gave me 1. Okay, it's treating it as 1 0 1 2 3 like that.
मतलब what 10 divided by 1? Oh.
Got it? Now this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, like that it became. Got it?
So string elements also we can access.
Yes,
Like,
that is what even I was checking right now. I think yes, definitely you can do that. Okay, it's taking character at. Yes, you can do that. There's a function for it. Yes, definitely. It's a runtime environment. You can do it anything. Got it? Clear? Can you guys try this out? Okay, let me give you another example where C is equal to, again I'll have 10, 20, 30. Now I write C dot shift. What was your pop doing? Removing it from the back. Shift will remove it from the front. Now you see C. Got it? Shift will from the front.
Pop right.
Yes, pop at the end, shift from the front. Now I write C dot unshift.
So space also.
If I write unshift, ABC, it will add to the first. Got it? Push was adding at the back, unshift is adding to the top first.
Now do a unshift without giving anything. Like here,
It will give me the length.
if you print C, then it will give you length.
Unshift like this,
And
it will give me the length.
Print C.
First of all, first line will give me length, and then second line will give me the array. See?
So now no unshift actually happened.
No, because you have not given any value. If you write push without any value, you are not at.
So it won't even append a space or.
No, nothing like that. If you want to append space, all you have to do is you have to give a space here.
Or undefined or null.
No, nothing like that. See, and then you go and check C. Got it? It says string, no? What you are appending it in that. Clear? Have you guys written this? Shift, unshift, and toString. Everyone?
No.
Jyoti?
Can you go to the top?
Are you understanding, guys, all of you? Jyoti? Mridul?
Errors can be any type. Errors can be any type. Is it necessary to convert to string type?
Not required. I'm just giving you the functions. What are the functions? If I write array, if I write C dot, I see there are a lot of functions with which are there as a part of joins. How do you use join, guys? Now, can you see the array? What is the array? I have array having 4 values. I use a join function and I write plus. I'm joining all the values with this. Done? See. Got it? If I write C dot, I see a lot of functions here.
String.
After joining it becomes a string.
If I give C dot join followed by some characters.
Yes, inside that join is a function. If I write keys, if I use key, not every, sorry, keys.
It will come.
Keys of stuff. array iterator. Okay, it gave me some function. I don't know what is this keys. If I write reverse, guys, what will happen? It will reverse the complete array. See, the array got reversed. If I use reverse, the array got completely reversed. There are a lot of inbuilt functions. You can go and check all these functions. What a slice will do?
Split. C dot slice.
Yeah, it will slice a part of that.
Takes the text, I think.
Slice 1 to 1.
It accepts two parameters as I know, as I recall.
Yes.
Just a minute, let me see. Yeah, it will give you the sub array exactly. So I write c dot slice from 0 to 1. Slice down my array. See, what was my array? C. My array was this guy. I want only ABC. So ABC is at index 2. I write C dot slice starts from 0, count it from 0 and take it. Sorry, if I want only ABC, okay, first of all I want 30, 20 ABC. I write start from 0 and take till 2. It will give me 30, 20. Okay, 30 and 20, only two characters. Start from 0 and take two things, which is your 30 is one and 20 is another thing. Now if we just clear this, C is this guy. Now I want only ABC. How will I do it? ABC is at position 2. Start from 0. Take only one guy, which is your ABC.
2, 3.
2, 1.
No. It will only take no.
2, 0.
2.
No, not 3.
It will 2, 0.
No. Start from 2.
I take the third element.
Third before 3 it will give.
Third element.
That's why it's giving
Last is excluding 3.
0, 2. Start from 0. Take two elements.
0 and 1.
0 and two elements will take first two elements. So 0 and 1 I got it. If I write start from 2, take the one element, first element.
3. You get ABC.
No.
The parameters are index.
Right. Both the parameters. No. Both the parameters are not indexed. They are not indexed. First is the index. Second one is the length. Like the.
Second one is also index, but it takes one less than that one. Put some 5-6 elements, then.
Really? Wait. Ten, 20, 30, 40, 50. So what is the length?
So if we want 40, only 40, then
C dot slice
XYZ.
XYZ dot slice. Wait, if I want 40, I have to start from third position, and I have to take only first value.
No.
What's giving me empty?
4. Basically 4 is the index value. It takes one.
If I write 0 to 4, I'll get 10, 20, 30, 40. If I write
30 only.
I'll get 10, 20, 10, 20, 30.
Yes.
Yeah. If I write 4, I'll get 40. 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah. 0 means to start from 0. And then fourth matlab take 4 elements.
Till 3. It takes less than one.
No, till 4 element. Like see, calculation. I'm calculating from 0. See what is happening here. This is at 0th position. This is 1. This is 2. 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6, 7, 8. In this case, 0 and start from 0 and take 4 elements from here. So this is first, second, third, fourth. Got it? In this case, start from third. Start from the third element. 0, 1. Okay, 1. Okay, start from third element.
0, 1, 2, 3, and third element was 0. कुछ
And
नहीं
take 1.
Both are India's.
Wait. If I write 3, 5,
3,5.
नहीं वो जो आप जो 3 दे रहे हैं that is array का position.
if I write 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3,
0, 1, 2, 3.
0, 1, 2, 3, 40 से start होगा. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5 करेंगे तो
43.
okay. I'll tell you what is the logic. Okay. Now even if I write 3, 2, it will give me an empty array. If I write 3, 3 also, it will give an empty array. Second parameter should be greater than that. Got it? Starts from there. I'll tell you what exactly is happening. I'll clean it. Yeah. This is an array. Now if I write c dot slice. So how slice work is the first value is the index and which always starts from 0. If I write 3, it starts from third index, which is your 0, 1, 2, 3 from 40. Now if I want to take 40, 50, 60, I have to tell 40 is at index 4. 40 is at index 40 is at fourth position.
Fourth position.
50 at fifth and 60 at sixth. Is that right? 6. If I write 6, it will give me 40, 50, 60.
X, Y, Z.
Sorry, the variable name is wrong. X, Y, Z. Clear? Now, I'm just thinking if I write 16, not 16, how much is the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no, 0, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So till and
Length.
Okay, it's not going back. In the string, it goes back. There is a function called as char at it. In the string, it goes back in the negative value. Practice, do this, guys. So there are a lot of functions, guys, in the array. If you put a dot, you see a lot of functions coming up. See, value of value of so guys, you should know what are the functions are there, and these functions are not JavaScript. Generally value is of string, guys. I don't know how it's coming in. So you can, guys, test all these functions, and if you have any doubt, you can always refer this site, developers.mozilla.org. They are the most updated what do you call websites for tutorials. So yeah, it works with the string. How it works with array, I don't know, you can check, guys, but it's coming in array also. See, when I click XYZ, I see dots. All these are functions associated with the arrays. XYZ, this thing is also coming. What do you want? Value of, value of is also coming. So you can explore, guys, what are the functions, how they use and how do you use it with the particular objects. Clear? Just try this out, guys.
That's it.
That's it. So that's it for today, guys. Let's meet tomorrow and proceed further with the class. Happy?
Very good.
So for practice, we are doing in console only.
Do it in Sublime Text, not in console.
When we do it in page estimate page, then using this function we make the script.
Exactly. So how do you write in Sublime Text? I'll just tell you. When you open a Sublime Text, I'll just show you guys how do you write same course in Sublime Text. Open a new file, save it with .html. Got it? js.html. Do it and just define one tag called as script. And inside this, you start writing your JavaScript and run it and see the output. You understood? Right? I write where if where name is equal to Zenrays, right? And I write alert name. Where have I saved this? HTML5 session. Okay. Yeah. Here I go and see. I'll see the error message. This is how I write my code in Sublime Text. Save the file with .html because your browser only understands HTML files. And inside that, define a tag called as a script tag, which is provided by HTML, and then define what write with JavaScript and test it. Clear? Later we'll see that how do we include it in your HTML and how do we run all these things. We'll see later. Okay? Perfect. Any queries, guys? Hmm? See, guys, if you see this function, see here. This is geolocation. So you're passing two different functions here. See, this success is another function, failure is another function, and you're passing these functions as a parameter of this function. This is called asynchronous function.
This is calling an API?
No, it's not an API. This is calling an API. Navigator.geolocation is again an API. This guy is calling an navigator.geolocation. I write it's an API of a browser. I'm calling that and I'm using an inbuilt function. That is an interface what they have given, and they want me to pass two functions inside it. And these two functions are user defined functions. Whatever I want to define, I just passed it and I just passed it here, and it works. It will help me to track my location. You have seen this website, right? Zomato, Food Panda and all. Whenever you open it, they say that we want to access your location. Allow us or block us. Is the code for that only. I can show you. See, geolocation, right? See, I run this. I'll show you in Chrome. Chrome proper pop-up message comes. You see something like this when you open those websites, allow it, it captures my latitude and longitude and tells me. Now based on this latitude longitude, it can recommend me the nearby restaurants and all.
So this is basically calling
This is JavaScript API using an HTML5. HTML5 is an API programming language. If you use HTML5 in your development, you will use a lot of APIs. You can like Canvas is one API, geolocation is another API, local storage is an API. So all these things you can make it clear. Okay, guys. Any queries if you have, you can I'll just I'll just create a WhatsApp group and add you all you guys into it. I have already done it, I guess. All of you are there, right? Right, perfect. So you guys can post your queries there for any doubts. And from Monday you will see our forum live, ask.zenrays.com. There also you can go and post your queries. Okay, it will take a day for us to just migrate it from one server to another server, and then you can see, guys. Okay, I'll just wind up the session here and let's meet